So if you're using the API challenges locally, then you don't have to register as a challenger. That's done for you because it's a single user and it just knows who you are. But if you want to use the cloud-hosted multi-user version, then we need to register as a challenger so that the system knows what that session ID is and what the challenges have been passed against that session ID. So what we have to do is we have to make an API call to do that. So by going into our API GUI, we need to make a post request to the /challenger URI. So base URL here is set to apichallenges.herokuapp.com, which is the cloud host. And I'm going to make a post request on the /challenger endpoint. If I send this, we should get a 201 created, which means that we've created a session. And then in the headers, you can see that we now have an X-challenger header. Now I have to use this on every request that I send in order for the challenges to be tracked. But you can also see that the location header has a GUI location in it. So if I copy that and go into the apichallenges.herokuapp.com /GUI/challenges, then that identifier that we've just been handed through the API, we can see that the list of challenges now has a challenge marked as passed because I've created a challenger, and that's what that first challenge is for. Now the data on S3 will be deleted periodically. I'm not sure how many people are going to use this, so it may be deleted regularly. It may last for months. I don't know how long these sessions are going to last. But if you reuse these session IDs, then you can track your session. Now one thing that the GUI does is if I just go to GUI challenges, it will tell me that I've previously used a session because it's stored in local storage. So if I click on that, then I'll get my ID back and I can more easily remember what session I'm using to track my work. Now to use this in the requests, what I'll do is I'll copy that X-challenger. I would probably set this up as variables in my API tool, but I'm just going to make a GET request on challenges. I'm going to add this in as a header. So I'll add in the X-challenger header, add in the value, and then if I send this, it will make a request to the API to get all the challenges back. So I can see all the challenges, and also I can see that I've completed another challenge, which is to get the list of challenges from the server. And that should also be reflected on the GUI now if I refresh that against that session ID. So basically, to track sessions in the multi-user mode so that you can see the status that you're doing, we first of all need to make a post request on the challenger endpoint, which will give us the X-challenger GUID that we need to add to all our requests as a header in order to have the challenges tracked against our session. And all the sessions are stored on the cloud and will be deleted periodically, but for the moment that's the easiest way of using the multi-user one to track your challenges. Now remember, you don't have to do any of this if you download the app and run it in single user mode locally.